All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Meaningful Monday and yet another poorly recorded video for my YouTube channel. So maybe I have a subscription or a like by now. Time will tell. All right, guys, so in moving forward with your community projects, today is Meaningful Monday, which means we need to understand the meaning of some of the stuff that we're dealing with. The IB program has a couple key terms you're probably not familiar with. Those are three terms: global context, approaches to learning, and the learner profile. You're going to go over each of these today with your teacher, and then you're going to complete a one-page reflection before you start the project. So that's called the pre-project reflection, and so it's going to look at what global context do you view the world through. What are your strengths and your weaknesses in terms of how you approach learning, your approaches to learning. And then finally, what is your learner profile like? What learning traits describe you well? So quick overview, and this will be up on the board. Your teachers can post it electronically as pages 5 through 9 in the student handbook. So they can get that up, and that's included in the email. All right, global context. There are 6 global contexts: identities and relationships, orientation and time and space. Let me put that up here so I can see a little better. Whoop, there we go. Personal and cultural expression, scientific and technical innovation, globalization and sustainability, and fairness and development. And those are kind of like broad, more complicated than they probably need to be terms. But essentially it's saying every single problem we have in the world can be put into one of 6 buckets, right? We can categorize it under one of 6 umbrellas. And typically we see the world through one of those. I would say that I think I look at globalization and sustainability a lot. And that is saying, how does how we live impact somebody else? How do things that happen on one side of the world impact somebody on the other side of the world? There's an interconnectedness there. And I tend to see the world as a bunch of systems. Other people may see it differently in terms of relationships and identity, or maybe that everything is a result of a technological or scientific breakthrough, or that is the solution for everything. So you're going to pick one of those. So which global context are you viewing the world through, and which is your project going to fit under? There are some examples of those and a little more description on that, again, that your teachers can show on the board and can walk you through. Next one, approaches to learning, ATL, aptly named for where we are. So these are how learners learn, right? They include thinking skills, social skills, communication skills, self-management skills, and research skills. So if you can think well, connect with other people, communicate your ideas, manage your time and your life, and just kind of get it all together, and then read, basically, you're going to be a great learner. You have the foundation, you have what it takes to drive yourself forward and to complete cool things in life, this project being one of them. If you are struggling in one of those areas, that's going to hinder your ability to be successful. So one of the things we need to do, right, particularly from an engineering perspective, is say, well, what part of this are we good at and what part of it are we bad at? It's fine to be bad. That's part of life. I'm really bad at a lot of things, and so I've identified them, and now I'm working through them, right? I am bad at planning dates, and my wife let me know that recently. So one of the things I'm doing is saying, okay, what do I need to do so that I get better at planning dates? Is it an issue of money? Is it an issue of time? Do I get distracted with other things? Do I just like being at home? Like, what's the deal? So I got to track it down, come up with a plan, and then work it through. Same thing. If your communication skills are poor, let's think about how to focus on those. On the other side, if you are really good at self-management, like you're really good at creating plans and timelines and organizing yourself, and thinking about how you're doing in something, think about when you work in a group to put yourself in that role. You want to do the things you're good at and then work on the things that you're better at, but kind of minimize their impact in your life. So again, more information on those that can be shown up on the board. And finally is the IB Learner Profile. This is 10 terms that describe who we want you to be as people and as learners, right? And we are pushing ourselves as teachers, as adults in your life, to be those kinds of people too. We want to be inquirers, knowledgeable, thinkers, communicators, principled, open-minded, caring, risk-taking, balanced, reflective. And those make sense, right? If someone is thinking about others and caring for them while taking balanced risks and reflecting over what they've done well and communicating cool ideas, and they're principled and they're not like just freaking out all over the place, that's a good person. That's someone you want to be around. That's someone you want to be. So we are pushing you to be that. This community project should push you to use those skills to kind of pull your resources together and change the world in some small way, right? That's what life's about. Changing the world, making it better, and figuring out like your place in all of that. All right, that was a ton of terms, and quite possibly the second most boring YouTube video you've ever watched. Obviously, last week's was number one. I did wear a tie, so there you go. All right, that's that. Check, check, check. You will now complete the pre-project reflection, answer 3 questions. Those 3 questions, again, you'll have a handout. Through which global context do you usually see the world? One of those 6 buckets. Review the list of ATL skills and create a chart listing your strengths and weaknesses, and explain how this project can help you grow the ones you're good at and use the ones you're good at and grow the ones that you're not so good at. And then finally, look at the learner profile. Which one of these profiles describes you best? Are you a thinker? Are you a carer? Are you caring? Are you balanced? Which one describes you? And then explain how this project can help you develop some other profile characteristics. Again, this project is more than just a project. It is a vehicle to create a better version of yourself in one semester while helping the world become better. Everyone's getting better. That's what life's about. Get better. All right, guys, I'll stop. Enjoyed it. It's been fun. Till next time, goodbye.